This is Jay hanging out with Dave from Goldbay. What are we about to do, sir?
We are going to melt some silver in this electric kiln. We've got temperature up to 2,000 degrees. We're going to start by opening the kiln up and adding some borax just so we got a little bit of a flux. So you can see that that sucker is red hot. Borax, yep, this is your laundry borax. And this will actually give us a little bit of a flux. We'll give that a minute or two to just cook down into a glass. And then we're going to start with some spoons. Actually, we'll start with some jewelry first to give it a puddle at the bottom. So we'll start with all this small stuff. We'll throw this in. It'll take about a minute or so to melt. So just give that a second and you'll see it start melting real quick. You can see it gets instantly red hot. And what that'll do is that'll puddle the silver at the bottom, so when we put the silverware in, it'll just drill down and melt. What the temperature wind up at?
1846.
Yep, so we're still okay. It's probably dropping a little bit though. When you put cold metal into a hot kiln, it drops the price fairly quick. Or not the price, the temperature.
So now how do they separate this once the silver's in there?
So there's going to be a mixture of silver and copper. Once this is melted, we're going to pour it into a button. And then to get pure silver out of the melted material, it all has to get dissolved in acid. And then the silver gets removed separately from everything else using chemical reactions or electricity. There's two different ways of doing it.
So do you lose value when you're melting, or does the value always stay the same?
The value stays the same. Silver is silver is silver. It's just the processing, you know, there's a cost in the processing of it to purify it. Because sterling silver is 92.5% silver, and there's also 7.5% copper in it. Not quite.
So this is silver that people probably have just laying around their house.
Yep, we have silverware coming in all the time, and a lot of times people will bring in silverware not knowing whether it's silver or not, and we just test it for them. Because a lot of the stuff that does come in is plated. So if it says Rogers Brothers on it, for example, that's plated. It should say, by law, on the back of it, sterling. So all of these pieces do say sterling on the back, and I don't know if your camera can see that or not.
So sterling means 92.5% silver.
It means 92.5% silver. Oh, we're getting there. Starting to drip down. What's the temperature?
1839.
Okay, it's more than hot enough. It just takes a few minutes to get that first little bit melted. Once the first bit's melted, we'll start putting these other pieces in and you'll see them sink down really quickly.
Cool.
It's like watching a pot of water. Will it boil faster if you not watch it? Or watch boil faster if you don't? Oh yes. There it goes. All right, ooh, that is hot. All right, so let's stick a spoon in there. Not quite enough of a puddle yet. Starting to puddle up though. That is hot, there you go. See it just go down?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll let that puddle up just a little bit and get back up to temperature. Oh yeah, we're plenty hot enough.
What do we got now?
Some forks. These will go real quick. They'll start sinking in a sec. And there that one goes. The more silver we get in the bottom, the faster it goes, because then it just melts right into the liquid that's already there. Give that a second to heat back up. We'll do this big one because it should be good. So it's a big spoon. Yeah, the temperature's just coming down fairly quickly. Because when you keep the lid open, the temperature drops. All right, let's see how fast this goes. And there it goes.
So can you pull that out a little bit and see how it's melting, or is it already hot?
It's gonna be really hot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to touch that with your bare fingers.
No.
I'll throw a bunch more in. We'll let those melt, and then we'll pour.
$1,700 degrees.
Yeah, we're getting right down to where it's not quite hot enough because by keeping the lid open, it cools down. We're starting to go down.
You can hear the boiling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the temperature got a little too cool. Yeah, we're at 1648. That's just barely the melting temperature. So. We'll just pull them suckers out. And let it get back up to temperature. And then we'll come back for part 2. Yum yum. All right, we'll let that heat back up. Take about 5 minutes to do that.